my head, and then I'm using my iPad so you can see me too. Let's see if I can get fancy enough and you can see me too. Let's see. Oh, let's not mess things up here. So let's see if that worked. We'll see. Look at that. All these interesting little gadgets here, and I think they're all in the way. Let's see. All right, well, so at least I know now you can see my project. That's the most important thing. As I mentioned, I'm hoping you can all hear me too. Karen, thank you. You're so awesome. Thanks for telling me. All right, so what we're going to be doing, as I said, is we're going to be taking this vintage truck that we had done for Christmas, and we are going to remove the tree and all of the words up here, and we're going to add in some new designs from the same winter add-ons transfer design that these came from. But instead of doing these Christmas theme ones, we're going to use some of the other designs that came with that winter add-on kit. So we have I'd Rather Be Snowing, Snowboarding, we have the word snowboard. Of course, we had already used the Pine Creek Tree Farm. This is how we created that great buffalo plaid on our truck. We have The Slopes Are Calling and I Must Go, which I think is one I'm going to go with. And then we also have some snowboards that I think we're going to put in the back of our truck. So my plan is to give you a quick preview on how it is that we're going to erase what we currently have. But let me just first and start off by telling you that Chalk Couture is a great product. If you've never heard of it before, or you don't know about what Chalk Couture is, let me give you a few minute overview and then we're going to dive right into this project. So Chalk Couture is a company that was founded a little over a year ago now, and what we provide are adhesive back silkscreen transfers. So just like these ones that we're going to be using, they are not a stencil, but actually a silkscreen transfer. And as you hear me pulling it off my backer here, you can hear that it's got some adhesive. And that adhesive means when you put it down on the surface that you're going to want the design on, it's not going to move and shift around on you. And unlike a stencil where there's big cutouts and you have seepage or leakage but underneath, in this case, it's a silk screen transfer. It's a fabric mesh really, and it is going to allow you to be able to put your paste over this, and the design is going to be left nice and clean. So we have these adhesive back silkscreen transfers, and they come in tons of designs. You can see all of the designs that are available on my website, and I can put that address up for you in a little while. But it is chalkcouture.com/Timi, T-I-M-I, so you can go and check out all the designs there. And we are actually getting ready to roll out a whole new grouping of designs that I expect will be spectacular, but I would definitely encourage you to go check out what we currently have, because once our new designs come out, the ones we have will be gone and you don't want to miss out. So, okay, so we have these adhesive back silkscreen transfers. They're reusable. All you need to do is wash them off with water, and you can use them about 8 or 10 different times. And they can go on all sorts of surfaces. We're using a chalkboard surface today, but it can go on anything from glass to fabric to wood, painted furniture, walls, you name it. You can put these silkscreen transfers and these designs on pretty much any surface you want. Now, the medium that we use to get the color on is these chalk pastes. So we offer these chalk pastes that come in, I think, 29 different colors. And when you open up our chalk paste containers, you'll see that it has kind of a liquidy type consistency. When you use it, you'll really want to make sure that it's kind of like a yogurt-like consistency. And usually I give it a quick stir when we're getting ready to use it. And if it looks like it's a little dry, which sometimes happens because this is chalk, it's just in the form of paste, Sometimes it does get a little thick, so a little squirt of water can do wonders, so feel free to have a little water bottle nearby if you need it. But best of all, the chalk paste is water soluble. So that means when you put it on a surface like a chalkboard, it's going to go on wet, but it's going to dry super hard. So you see I'm playing around with this. I'm going to rub this. Nothing is going to come off on my hands. So you're wondering, how am I going to get it off? Well, that's what this little handy dandy board eraser is for. We sell these 2 to a pack for $2.99. They're like the greatest deal going, let me tell you. These are so awesome. Unfortunately, right now they're out of stock on my website, but you can definitely contact me directly, and I do have a few on hand. So if you're dying for some, let me know. But they come 2 to a pack. They're little round erasers, and they are really great for not only cleaning up your chalkboard and making sure that there's no ghosting left over. You know, sometimes when you have a chalkboard and you put chalk on something, when you lift it up, you can still see the residue of the chalk even though you've erased it. Well, these board erasers really are working awesomely to remove any of the chalk and any of the ghosting that might be there. So we have chalk paste in a variety of different colors. We have our silkscreen transfers. That's really all you need. Now, we also sell a lot of great surfaces, and this surface that we're looking at right now is actually our 12 by 18 Grayson board, we call it. This retails for $29.99, so pretty inexpensive. And what's really great is that these boards were formulated to work perfectly with our chalk paste and our transfers. So it's going to make it really easy for you to switch out designs. Now we have lots of different kinds of surfaces, not only these, but we have wood boards, we have larger frame chalkboard surfaces, we have even fabrics and canvas banners, lots of great surfaces to play around with. So that's a little bit about what Chalk Couture offers. If you're wondering how it is, you can get your hands on it. Of course, you can order directly from me online on my website, so feel free to do that. Or you can contact me or interact with me on my Facebook page. I definitely love to come live and give you some project ideas. So please feel free to subscribe so you know when I'm going live in the future. If you know someone you think who might enjoy watching, please feel free to click that share button that's at the bottom left-hand corner of your mobile device and share it with other people who you think might like to learn about what this is all about. I would love to have you do that. If you would like to take advantage of some special offers I have, then I definitely would encourage you to join my VIP group. And the best way to get in on that is right on my page, you'll see the board, the group, and you can just request to join, or just go ahead in the comment and put VIP, and I will reach out to you and make sure that you get added to my VIP group. I have currently some specials going on in my VIP group. I can only promote them there, so feel free to check them out. I have some special deals going on some leftover Christmas items, so definitely some great deals there. And it's also where I promote the classes that I offer. So if you're local to me and I'm in Connecticut and you'd like to come and do some chalking with me, I offer sip and chalks, and I offer a monthly club class. And those together are things that we can do, and I can teach you some new ways to use our products as well as reuse surfaces that you already have. So that's a little bit about me and about our company. If you're kind of curious about what it is that I do and whether you wonder whether or not this is something that might be good for you, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to tell you a little bit about what it means to be a Chalk Couture designer. It is a fabulous company. I'm so excited I found it. This is something that I do in addition to my full-time job, so it is absolutely something that you can do too. And if you're interested, want to be able to maybe start up your own little business and watch it grow, and guaranteed if you work it, it will grow. And I'd be happy to show you how. So just let me know if you're interested in learning more. But in the meantime, let's get to this cleaning of our chalkboard. So as I mentioned, we're going to use this little board eraser. I have some water bath here right next to me. You can't see it, but it is here, I promise. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some water to my board eraser. And you see, voila, it is going to lift up that deep red color there and pull it right off. So I'm going to start with the easiest parts first, and that's this part that we're getting rid of all of this. So I apologize if we have a little shaking here. We might have a little bit while I'm using a little elbow grease. And it is a little elbow grease that you want to use here. As I said, it does dry hard, and it's pretty darn hard. So it's not something that you will mistakenly erase, but it is something that definitely you can erase when you're ready. I know when I do, occasionally when I go out and I do vendor shows, one of the things that people love best is to learn that how flexible and economical really it is using our products, because you can do just this. You get tired of the design and you're ready to change it out for new seasonal decor, or maybe you're just getting bored and your tastes are changing, or maybe you've updated some colors in your house and you want to be able to change out your decor without going off and buying more. Then you can use our chalk paste and do that. So the next thing I want to do is work on this guy. Now I'm going to be a little more careful here and go at it a little bit at a time. This was actually a 3-layer tree, and so it's got a lot of paste on it. So I'm just going to work at this slowly and make sure I don't erase any of the truck, because I don't want to redo my truck. I'm happy with that buffalo plaid and I love the color. If you don't have this transfer and you'd like it, let me know. Currently, the truck itself is out of stock, but it should be back in shortly. As I said, it's been a very busy holiday season for us, and we've gotten lots of new customers and new excitement around the products, and so they've been going fast. As you can see here, I'm just going to be a little careful. Now, by the way, you can cut up these little erasers too and make them into little wedges if you want. That might give you a little more control if you're worried about erasing something you didn't mean to. Or you can see I'm just kind of squishing it up here a little. And that's working for me as well. Now, if I do erase something I didn't mean to, no worries. I can always lay my vintage truck transfer back over. But it looks like I didn't need to. I erased that with no problem. Now I do have a towel over here, so I'm going to grab it and just give this a little bit of a rub down and dry off my chalkboard so that it'll be ready for me to add our chalk paste to. So that was it. That was how easy it was to clean off the board. Super simple, right? All right, we are now ready to go. Now, by the way, this chalkboard surface, I am using it vertically, but you could also use it horizontally. You can see that we do have hangers on either side, so either is possible. All right. Paula, I see you've joined me. It's so nice to have you. Welcome, welcome. Trish, nice to talk to you again. Thanks so much for coming back. I have decided that I really want to spend some more time chalking and doing it live so that you can get some ideas as well about how you can use our products. So hopefully you'll be hearing from me soon, more often than not. So I'd love it if you would subscribe so you can know when I'm coming live. All right, so as I said, we're going to be using the Slopes Are Calling and I Must Go at the top. And I want to just make sure that I fuzz this a little before I put it onto my surface. So for those of you that are new and are watching and you're thinking, what do you mean by fuzzing? Well, fuzzing is when you actually put the adhesive side of the transfer onto a cloth like this. What it does is it helps kind of reduce some of the stickiness of the adhesive transfer. And why am I doing that? Well, because what I want to do is make sure that it's going to be able to easily pull it up off of my surface. Now, I'm not sure I'm really loving it here. I think I'm going to be a little silly here and actually go on a vertical. And I'm going to use the white, I think, for this. And again, just like we did before, I just want to give it a quick stir. Oops, I've got some extras here. And make sure that it's the right consistency. So what is the right consistency? Usually like a yogurt consistency. So this is pretty good. Don't need to add any water to it, but if I needed to, I could. And then I'm going to take one of these squeegees. Now you can also order these guys from us. We have a variety of different sizes and shapes. This is our mini squeegee. Retails for $4.99. And one thing that you'll learn about our products is that we are all about conserving. What do I mean by that? Well, you just don't need a whole lot of chalk paste. And it's probably the thing that people need to learn a little bit for themselves to kind of figure out how much is the right amount of chalk paste. But generally speaking, a very little goes a long way. So you want to make sure that you put your transfer down and there's no air bubbles, so make sure that it's nice and smooth. You can smooth it out with your hand or the squeegee before you start. And then you just want to make sure that you cover the entire screen, that is those sections that were visible through the screen, and completely fill it. Now, when you pull up your transfer, you want to pull slowly and carefully. And as you can see, I got a little beyond my transfer, but that is absolutely okay, because if you remember what I said, it's water soluble. So we are going to be able to just take a little of the board eraser will do the trick, or even a little Q-tip with some water. Either will work just fine to pick up that little extra. Since I've got my handy eraser right here, I'll just go ahead and use that to clean up that little mess. That was it. That was how easy that was. Now I'm going to cover up my white here. And we'll grab that little towel here that we had and clean up the water. And we're going to get ready to add some things into the back of our truck. I think in this case, we're going to use these cute little guys. And we're going to put them right here in the back. Now this is going to be a layer. We're going to layer this bottom part first. So we're going to put this right here. And we'll have to decide what colors I think we want to add. Hey, Sue DeGangi, welcome. Thanks for joining. I definitely think we need a red, don't you? Definitely a red. Maybe a green. And how about a blue? So each of our snowboards, I think, are going to be a different color. Now, if you're looking, you might see that there are some little marks here on my transfer. What these marks are so that I know how to line up the next part of the transfer. So if I want to layer over this transfer so that I have these little buckles, I can use these little registration marks to line them up, and they will go right where they're supposed to. Isn't that nifty? So I'm going to leave this out over here because we're going to go ahead and layer that so we can see what it all looks like. But in the meantime, let me just open up these colors and make sure that they are ready. And I did use them yesterday, so they might be pretty well set, and they are. You can see nice consistency there. Remember, we want it to be like yogurt-like consistency. And the green is a little thicker. And this green with the pigment, I find, definitely tends to separate a little. I think, you know, that whole yellow-red item. So I just got my squirt bottle here, and I am just going to give that a little squirt. Yeah, that's good, I think. All right. What do you think? Should we use red or should we use a little yellow? I kind of think that the yellow would go really nice with these three. What do you think? I need some help deciding. While I'm working on getting the first blue and the second green done, let me know if you think I should add yellow as the third board option. And I'll see if I can pull out a yellow color here fast enough so that we can see it. Now remember, we don't need a whole lot. You want to make sure that the entire screen is covered. I'm going to leave a little extra on, squeegee off a little bit in a minute. I think I just squirted myself here. We're going to go with the green next. Add in the green snowboard. And the reason why I'm leaving it a little heavy to start is since I'm working a little bit more slowly. I don't want the chalk paste to dry until I'm ready. And, all right, I didn't hear any votes, so I guess we'll stick with the red idea. We'll tie in the red there on our last.